Imagine this. In the world today, we have warning systems for absolutely everything. Earthquake shaking a continent? Your phone explodes with alerts, and you duck for cover. Hurricane brewing in the ocean? You get a countdown, storm tracks, and a name that everyone remembers. Wildfires? We get push notifications, evacuation routes, and real-time air quality updates. Volcanic eruption? Alarms sound, and news flashes across every channel. Even when a child goes missing, our phones light up with amber alerts, and whole communities mobilize in minutes. We are prepared for any disaster, any sudden threat that comes our way. But what if I told you there's a disaster that has no warning system at all? No sirens, no alerts, no countdown. A disaster that isn't on the horizon. It's already here, right now. And the most staggering part? It's inside every single one of us. This isn't some movie plot or far-off apocalypse. I'm talking about a global plastic tsunami, a creeping catastrophe that's suffocating our planet and our bodies in slow motion. And we have absolutely no alarms to tell us it's happening. How did we let ourselves get here? Let's rewind. Plastic was a miracle. It revolutionized our world. Cheap, tough, and endlessly versatile. Medicine, travel, food storage. Every part of modern life transformed overnight. Its greatest trait? It lasts forever. And that's the curse. Because it never truly disappears, we are literally drowning in it. In 2025, global plastic production was expected to hit 460 million metric tons a year. That's not just a big number, it's a number so large, it's hard to even imagine. Try this. Every single minute, 2 entire garbage trucks worth of plastic get dumped directly into the ocean. Not a guess. That's the reality, every 60 seconds, around the clock. And here's the kicker. Almost half of all the plastic ever made was designed for just one use. One use. Then throw it away. We built a throwaway world out of a substance that never, ever goes away. But there is no away. For decades, we tossed it in the trash, thinking the problem was gone. But it just ended up somewhere else. And now, somewhere else is everywhere. You've seen the pictures. The sea turtle with a straw jammed in its nose. The dead birds, their stomachs full of colorful plastic bits. Beaches that look more like landfill than paradise. But that's just the plastic we can see. Out in the world's oceans, 5 enormous garbage patches swirl. The biggest, the Great Pacific Garbage Patch, is twice the size of Texas, 3 times the size of France. It contains about 1.8 trillion pieces of plastic. That's 250 pieces of plastic for every person on the planet, concentrated in just one swirling vortex. But the worst part isn't the stuff you can see floating on the surface. The real nightmare comes when sunlight and waves break down that plastic into smaller and smaller bits until they become microplastics, tiny fragments less than 5 millimeters across. This is the invisible tsunami. Microplastics are now everywhere, in places we never imagined. More than 93% of tap water samples worldwide are contaminated with these minuscule particles. Our rivers, our soil, the fish on our plates, the water in our glasses, the air we breathe. All laced with plastic dust. Astonishingly, scientists have now found microplastics deep inside the human body. They've been discovered in our blood, our lungs, even our brains. A 2025 study revealed that the amount of plastic in human brain tissue has increased by 50% in just 8 years. Microplastics are even being passed from mothers to babies before birth. We are the first generation in history to be filled with plastic. This isn't just pollution, it's a global experiment, and we are the guinea pigs. The health impacts are only beginning to be understood. Scientists and doctors warn that plastic pollution is now a grave danger to human health, contributing to cardiovascular disease, cancer, respiratory problems, and more. In 2024, researchers estimated that just 3 plastic-related chemicals caused over $1.5 trillion in health damages across 38 countries. The economic costs are staggering, but the personal costs, the toll on our bodies and our children, are even greater. So what can we do? How do we fight a disaster that's everywhere and inside us? but has no alarms to warn us. First, it's time for a hard truth. Recycling will not save us. Only about 9% of all plastic ever made has been recycled, globally. It's simply cheaper for big companies to keep making new plastic than to recycle the old. You can't recycle your way out of a problem that grows bigger every single year. The only real solution is massive, systemic change. And for the first time, that's actually on the table. Right now, in 2025, world leaders are pushing for a global plastics treaty, a binding agreement to tackle this crisis at its source. Negotiations are underway, with a critical round set for August 2025 in Geneva. The idea is to create new rules for plastic's entire lifespan, from limiting its creation to banning toxic chemicals and holding companies responsible for the waste they produce. Instead of just cleaning up the mess, the world is finally talking about stopping it at the source. But change isn't coming easily. Oil-producing nations and powerful industries are pushing back hard. Some major economies are even rolling back environmental protections, arguing for weaker waste management rules instead of production limits. The fight is intense, and the outcome is far from certain. This is where you come in. Cutting out one plastic straw won't clean the oceans overnight, but that doesn't mean it's pointless. Every choice you make is a message. Every time you refuse single-use plastic, you're telling companies and governments you're done with disposable garbage. Your actions, multiplied by millions, give leaders the mandate they need to make bold changes. The push for a global treaty, the battle to fix our system, it all depends on public pressure. We have alarms for every natural disaster, but we are living through a silent catastrophe that has no sirens. The plastic tsunami is here. It's in our seas, our soil, and our bodies. But unlike an earthquake, this is a disaster of our own making, and that means we have the power to stop it. The warning system isn't going to be an app on your phone. It's us. It's you. Knowing what you know now, demanding a better world, and refusing to look away. So here's the challenge. Be the warning system. Share what you've learned with everyone you know. Help others see that this isn't just about a trash patch in a distant ocean. It's about the air we breathe, the food we eat, and the future we want for those we love. Together, we can build the alarm the world desperately needs. We can demand change, force action, and stop this disaster before it's too late. The silent tsunami doesn't have to be our future. If we sound the alarm now,